everybody, this is Mr. Second Passport. About a week or two ago, on this channel, I mentioned my three main passive income streams while living here in Ecuador. Pretty much all Ecuador generated, right? So, for the most part. And that was obviously Airbnb rentals, depositing money in Ecuador banks, and this YouTube channel. Right, so which isn't making all that much just yet. So, and I did mention that I'm making up to 14% fixed in interest, right, by depositing in banks in Ecuador. Today I'm going to share the banks that I personally invest in, and you can decide for yourself, right? The smaller bank that pays the most that I'll mention today, where I'm getting the 14%. You know, it's obviously, due to its size, a more risky place to put your money in. That's why they have to pay more interest. So it all makes sense. Now, why? So you want to be extra careful before you decide to put money there. Now, why? How can they pay so much here in Ecuador? Microfinancing. You know, that's their niche, and they put out these loans to people, sometimes as low as 100, 200, 500 bucks. That they have to pay back in a month or two, and they just charge really high interest, you know, in order to recoup their money. So, you know, where and how do I get this amount here in Ecuador? Let me show you. Cooperatives, where I invest money. If you go to a regular bank like Banco Pichincha, they might give you 4, 5, 6% a year. But if you go to the cooperatives, which is like a credit union here, like a smaller bank here in Ecuador, JEP and this Cooperativa de la Policía are probably the two biggest nationwide here in Ecuador, cooperatives though, not banks, and they offer about 9% if you leave the money annually. They might offer slightly less than that, but if you negotiate like I did, just a little bit, they'll give you the 9% as they did me, right? And then this third place that I have money is this tiny little cooperative in the Ibarra region, that currently pays me 14%, and they pay 12 to 14 depending on when you go and I guess how much they need the money when you go into their offices. Now, this is not a nationwide, and these bigger cooperatives are insured just like the big banks in Ecuador per depositor, right, up to $32,000. But you know, the smaller cooperatives here in Ecuador, like this one, they often can pay even better. Like this one pays better, but you have to check, like I showed you in a previous video that I'll link to in the description below. You have to check and be sure, because they might mislead you and let you know, yeah, like they did me actually. Yeah, it's $32,000 as well. We are insured. But they don't actually say that, but they'll just kind of lead you on. But actually, if you research it, it depends on the size of the cooperative or bank in Ecuador, how much they're insured. And this little guy, for instance, is only insured up to $5,000. So I do suggest not investing more than the insured amount. And I do suggest checking out a cooperative or bank before investing in one, and understand the risks as well of one possibly closing, right, and you losing any money that you have invested with them over the insured amount. So you definitely want to be very careful of that before investing. But I've worked with these guys. I've worked with JEP a couple years now, and the Cooperativa of the Police as well, quite a while now, and they pay very punctually, great service, very nice places to do business. And this Imba Coop, I gotta be honest, I've only been with them a few months, but they so far have been very appreciative of my business. They've worked well with me, and they've paid what they said they're going to pay on time. So I'm pretty happy so far, right? But it's only been a few months, but I'm pretty happy so far. So definitely keep in mind the insured amounts before you invest in these. Spread the money around a little bit if you have some, to do so if you want to generate that bank CD deposit passive income here in Ecuador. So that's it. That's how. That's pretty much all there is to it. Someone said I should make an ebook and sell it. But I was like, nah, this isn't really enough for an ebook, I would say. I'm just going to tell you, and maybe you can run with it, maybe not. Maybe it's too risky for you, and I totally understand. And but anyway, this is how I'm doing it. 14%, up to 14% here in Ecuador. I'm Mr. Second Passport. Take care.